behind me.
Okay, we are live.
Yay!
It's like slow motion.
I know, mine is too.
Okay, so we're doing a pajama party hangout. We have Leah, which she's actually changing, I think, right now, and Jackie, and then we have Brienne, and we have Molly coming, and Kimmy's coming. So, for people that are coming from everybody else's channel, my name is Brittany. My channel is Sharing Our Life. We just do, oh, there's Molly. We do all types of... Hey, Molly. We're just introducing ourselves.
All right.
So I do all types of videos. I mean, there's not really much I haven't done.
Burning me.
And Jackie's got cookies coming in. I'm coming over, Jackie.
Mike is trying to burn me with the cookie pan. Will you go to bed? This is a woman's PJ party.
That one girl was all dressed up.
Hi, Brienne. Do you want to go ahead and introduce yourself? And
Hi. Yeah, my name is Brienne, and I'm from HiNoon, and we do randomness on our channel. We try to find the funny every day. We turn the camera on at noon, and you just never know.
I really just honestly because I was working on my
right, Jackie.
I'm here. Are you talking to me?
Yes, Jackie, it's your turn.
Okay. Hi, I'm Jackie. And what do you want me to say? Sorry, I was getting cookies.
Thanks,
What are we
Mike.
doing?
Introduce your channel and just, something about your channel and yourself.
Okay. I'm Jackie. My channel is JSSmith4273, and there's nothing really exciting about me. I have four boys, a husband, and 3 boys. I see my Molly.
I think Leah's still getting dressed. So, Molly, go ahead and introduce your channel and give it a little something about yourself.
My name is Molly. My channel is Molly Mama of 3 boys. One of them is sleeping right now. And my channel is just a mommy channel. It's a little bit of everything between raising kids, daily vlogs, recipes, trying to survive the insanity of being a mom, the fun stuff and everything. So that's it. And I have a really bad cold, so I probably sound very funny, but I'm getting sick.
Okay. Oh, there's Leah. All right, Leah. So go ahead and introduce your channel and yourself.
Hi, I'm Leah. I was dressed. I'm still wearing the same shirt. You just can't see it. I was making cookies. That's what I was doing. So I'm Leah. My channel is Raising Bushes. We're pretty much right now, it's just haul videos. But it's basically a channel to document our family of 5. I have 3 kids, a 2-year-old daughter, a 3-year-old son, and a 7-year-old daughter, and we homeschool. And we just live life to the fullest. So that's pretty much what our channel is about.
Awesome. I'm really excited that we're all here tonight. I think Jackie's there. She goes. So tonight we're not gonna have like a straight one topic. So we're all kind of brought a question that we can all generally ask and answer. And it does not have to be YouTube mommy related. It can be kind of anything. So does anybody want to start it off with their question? No?
Well, I will.
Okay, go ahead, Molly.
What would be the one thing that somebody told you before you became a mom that was dead on, was accurate 100%, like the best advice you got? And then what would be the one thing that they told you about being a mom that was totally way off from your experience? Because when you're like a mom, especially when you're first time mom, everybody gives you opinions, advice, how to do things. I mean, everybody's got something, and we're all grateful for it, but sometimes it's like dead on. Sometimes you're like, that is the furthest thing that ever. So that's just my question.
Anybody want to answer first off? Anybody?
I'll go.
Okay, go ahead.
The advice that I got that we liked, Eric and I, was actually from my uncle, who's not a mom. That's okay. And his advice was basically like, don't listen to anybody else. He's like, do what is best for your family. And we've really stuck with that. The whole, like, for 13 years, we've stuck with that. Do what's best for us, even if other people disagree. So that's our favorite advice.
Which is so
Do you want me
true.
to
I
answer
mean, nobody else is going to know how, you're going to do it except you. You know what I mean? Like, I think everybody gives advice. I was talking to my friend. She's having her first baby. She's like, what's the best advice, you can give me? I said, I don't know. I'm like, enjoy it, have fun with it. But, like, how to parent, that's up for you to figure out,
Yeah, definitely. I think the one thing that definitely sticks out from maybe not even parenting advice, but my mother has always told me that for my circumstances that your I guess I can't remember exactly what she said. It was like your only best friend is your mother, and that's the one person that will not stab you in the back. Now I know that doesn't go for everybody, but she told me that, and when I was like a teenager, and that age where I thought I was, it, and I knew everything, and and all my friends were horrible, and she was like, Brittany, yeah, I'm your only best friend. I was like, no, you're not, but she really is. She's that person that I can talk to, and she won't turn around and say, oh, you won't believe what Brittany told me today, so I think my mom telling me that your mother, and so I guess I can be that way for my children, that, to tell my children that you can depend on your mother and your father, but it doesn't work in every situation. But also, parenting advice, I guess, just generally for what I do, is that your children grow up so fast. So what you decide to do now as like an infant, like co-sleeping or breastfeeding, and it might bother you or take time away from whatever, but the babies are only babies for so long. So, if you let them stay up late or if you let them sleep in your bed, they're not going to be in your bed forever. It's okay. It's like those things won't bother you. Taking them to get McDonald's, it's not going to kill them, yeah, and do what you want to do and enjoy it, because I have a 14-year-old. It's kind of like, where the heck did that go, I feel like I don't remember half of his life, and it's like, what in the world? So, anybody?
I think the best thing that I learned was what my dad told me. It's not going to be easy. Don't even go in there thinking it's going to be easy. Like, don't think even when they're babies, don't think when they're babies it's going to be easy. And then when you have a baby and you feel like you're so overwhelmed with, like, just being up all night with your baby, and, you're up every 2 hours, don't think when they get older it's going to be easy either. Like, I feel like I'm crazier, busier now with older kids than I was when they were little. Like, you just have to go in there, I guess from my experience, you got to go in there just knowing that this is going to be the most rewarding and exciting, adventure of your life. But by no means is it ever going to be easy. And I guess like with my ex, I think he thought it wasn't going to be a lot of work. And that was just reason number 9,000 why it didn't work out. But whoever said being a mom or being a parent was going to be easy? I never heard anybody ever tell me that. Like, it's so easy. You don't have to put a lot of work into it. You're hardly going to have to do anything. It's so easy. I never remember getting that message.
Me. I guess that leaves me, right? 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 Am I here? Hello.
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Can you hear us?
Well, then I'll just talk to you, Brianne, okay? My best advice was
okay.
definitely...
I don't know what happened to everybody.
I don't know.
I can hear you, Jackie. I can't see you, but I can hear you.
I can hear you. Mine's just on mute. I'm putting myself on mute.
Well, then give me a thumbs up.
Oh, we're supposed to do that? Sorry.
All right. Probably the best advice that I have ever gotten is everyone has an opinion. Everyone's going to tell you, what they think you should do, but basically do what you feel is best.
Amen.
And don't listen to anything anybody else says that you're not doing right, or, you should do it this way, or, this, that, and the other. I think what you choose to do with your family is the best thing out that you could do. Brianne is frozen like this.
Yeah. Dang it.
Thanks, girl, for that support.
Mine is moving. I don't know how this works. Oh my gosh, how funny.
Yeah, it's moving like really, really slow. It's like
Really?
a 10-second delay.
It's probably your internet, Jackie.
I think it's Jackie because you're fine on my end. So
Yeah.
I can't even see anybody. I see Leah now, but other than that, I can't. I just hear
That's because
people.
I'm snagging internet off of the neighbors.
Oh.
Sorry.
Dang it.
Because
They
we
know.
don't have Wi-Fi here.
Call them up and be like, hey, let's get a better service.
Speed it up, why don't you?
Let's upgrade.
All right, Leah, your turn. What's the best parenting advice you've gotten?
I don't know. I was trying to think. I was trying to think of the worst, and I can't really think of anything horrible that I was told except for really bad birthing advice and really bad horror stories there. We've all heard those though. The best advice I was probably ever told. Can't really think of anything. I mean, like you were saying, thanks for my mom, random little tidbits that she's told me that I find myself now repeating to either myself or to the kids. It's one of those scenarios where my mom just came out of my mouth. So those type of things, what I'm saying, don't stick that in your sister's ear or something like that, when you're your mom tells you when you're younger and she's like, you're going to have a kid that's 10 times as bad as you are. Thankfully, she didn't tell me that because I was the good kid, but, she did repeat that to the other siblings. But I would say, too, is just, roll with it. Your kid pees in the bed in the middle of the night. With Asley, my oldest, I would have, got her up, changed the bed. This is going to make me sound really unhygienic, probably. But we all have, just thrown the sheet over top of that sheet.
Oh, we've all let the pee stay on the sheets.
Yeah.
We've all let the pee stay on the sheets.
But with my oldest, I was like, what? Parents do that? And my mom's like, honey, you just wait. You just wait till you have another one. Because Asley was 4 by the time we had another kid. So that time she was pretty independent. And so I was like, oh, adding a second, third one's not going to make a difference. And it definitely does. And same with eating dirt, and other parents were like, fine, dirt won't hurt her, let her eat it. And I'm like, no, let's go sanitize your mouth out. With Ezra and Kaylin, I'm just like, you won't need a snack later, you're fine, So I think
it's true though, Leah. It's so true. By the time you get to the younger one, you're like, you're fine.
Yeah, you're like, are you bleeding? Then quit crying because you're fine. I'll just ignore that you.
I let Cody have 2 fruit roll-ups for breakfast this morning. It's okay.
Yeah, but first time moms are watching this and they're like, I can't even watch these people anymore because I would never do that with my kid, but because I was that mom. Now I'm just like, just roll with it. That's my best advice is you just have no idea. It could be much worse.
How you parent the first and how you parent the third, very different.
Definitely.
Very different.
Not any better or any worse. It's just definitely
It's just different. It's just totally
No,
different.
it's better.
Your life is different. I mean, your circumstances are different.
When you're a teen parent, it's totally better.
Yeah. No, we got better.
Oh, there's Jackie. I see Jackie now.
Oh, hi.
I see Leah. Leah's frozen. It's a really good picture, though, Leah. You look great in it, though.
Thanks. I was hoping the lighting would stay true. I've been sitting here for 2 hours just waiting for the chat because my lighting was perfect. Not really, but.
I like that.
Okay, so I have thought about 10 different questions. So if we run out of, if we don't have enough questions to answer, I have tons to ask. So one of my questions was, and this is not even mommy related. So if you could have one plastic surgery, and don't be all like, oh, I love my body, I'm not having plastic surgery because, there's always something. So if you could have one plastic surgery.
Just one? My gosh, my list is huge.
I'm going to take this one. With a mom who has had 3 C-sections, I would love to have a tummy tuck. A tummy tuck.
Yeah.
Yes, to get rid of the jelly belly.
The muffin top.
I'll keep the I'll keep the big butt, but the jelly belly's gotta go.
I like my butt. It gives me cushion.
There you go.
I'll go next. Well, Jackie mentioned the tummy. I want the tummy. I would like to get my boobs lifted, and they're not even that big. Like, how can tiny boobs be like so saggy? But like seriously, just perk them up a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, give them a new life. Like, let them see outside the world. You know, I feel like they're just kind of like, I don't know, 3 babies. Yeah. I didn't think I'd get saggy boobies because my boobies were never big, but even the little ones sag. Even the little ones fall down.
My camera's not on. Y'all see me? I see 2 of Jackie.
I see 2 Jackie. I don't see
Brittany.
My camera hasn't come on yet.
I don't see Brittany. I don't see Brianna either.
Much better, Michael.
Well, since you can't see me, I would have either, breast augmentation or my arms, like lipoed, but I can't stand them. They're horrible. All right. Do we all get? What is Jackie doing over there?
I can't see you, Brittany, but I can hear you, and I don't hear anything from Brianna. I don't hear anything from her.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
yes, now I hear you. Okay. I can't see you, but I can hear you.
If you're not talking, what we do is you just touch your screen and hit the little microphone, and it mutes it so that it doesn't jump back and forth between each box. So whoever's answering the question, it will stay on them.
All right. So do we all get the question answered?
No, I would have lipo in my arms too. I've hated my arms since like middle school because I went off steroids from asthma and gained like a ton of weight in like random places, like my arms and just like randomly, but wasn't really like plus size over my entire body, and so I've always hated my arms. So definitely would do that, and the same breast augmentation. I need to put these boobies back where they're supposed to be because after 3 kids and like weight gain, weight loss, weight gain, yeah, we won't even talk about it.
I'll take some of your leftovers too. If you want to pass me some of yours, I'll make mine bigger.
I should probably have some. I just want them lifted back up. I'm cool with the size, but yeah, I'll send it your way.
Thank you.
All right, who's got the next question?
Keep rolling, girl.
Okay. And this is YouTube related. If you could meet one YouTuber, like, I guess you could say bigger, one of the more popular ones, who would you meet and why? Or you don't really have to have a why.
You're going to limit it to one?
Well, I mean, I couldn't limit to one. So if there was some YouTubers that you want to meet, who would you want to meet?
Let's start with Brienne, since she's here. We'll go ahead and hit Kimmy.
Oh, you want to meet me?
And and Julie and Jenny Candid Mommy and Shannon, most definitely Shannon. I could go on forever.
What about you?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, the sound like cuts out. Let's see. So I would really like. I was actually supposed to meet Megan Allie Doodles this last spring, and we didn't get to meet up. We were like a half an hour away from each other. It was sad. So her, and then I'd really like to meet Marie Bits and Clips. She's super fun. I don't know. Oh, and do you guys know, let's see, Nicole from Mommy Tips by Cole and Jenny. And yeah, I could go on forever too, so yeah.
I would like to meet all the moms. I mean, I don't think there's like one particular one. Like if we could just send everybody to like a big like compound where we could all drink and play games with our kids. Like, I mean, slide it into a big old puddle of beer and just drink it and slip and slide. do all that fun stuff. No, I don't think there would be like one. I mean, I would just like to meet the whole community because I think we're all just have this common thing, and I think we all kind of just share it. So I can't really name just a few. I would have to name them all. So yeah, just all the moms. I don't think there's, just all of them.
I know I always skip the question too. We asked it last time we were all hanging out like privately, and I never know who to say because there's so many that I would love to. I don't watch any big YouTubers anyways, like the really big ones. So like there's so many moms like you all that I have met that I would love to just meet up and hang out and have dinner and, jump into a big pool of beer like you mentioned. So that sounds like fun.
And I think it's nice that we get to meet each other, you know what I mean? That at least you're given that opportunity to even make connections with moms on here and have the opportunity to meet them, I think is a blessing within itself. I mean, Jackie knows I don't know where I would have been back in March if it wasn't for her, So
I think
but just in awe, like wintergreen, that was probably one of the best times I've had in my life. And I had it with, two amazing moms that I just met on YouTube and started talking with.
Yeah, Leah. We know why you couldn't be there.
I just think being able to meet other moms and be able to connect with them for the authenticity and all that, you know what I mean? Like, and have a chance to connect with them and meet them, I think it's pretty cool.
And then when you actually meet someone, it's like, I remember meeting like Molly and Leah. Like, I remember the first thing I thought when I saw Leah was like, she is so tall. Like, I felt like a little midget compared to, I was like, what? Because you never actually, we mainly
How tall are you? How tall is she?
Almost right at 5'11".
Oh, yeah.
I'm only 5'2", so.
And I was like, Brittany's so little. She's like a little.
And so I'm only like 5'1", but like I think Marie Bits and Clips, like she's like what almost 6 foot or something like that. So like I would be like this, it would be just weird. But it's weird once you actually meet them because it's not like meeting someone for the first time because you've seen them so much. So it's even weirder. Like the first time I met Molly, it was just kind of like.
I'm not even.
You want to hug them, but it's like, is this awkward? Because I already know you.
It's totally, it's unreal in so many ways. I mean, I'd only seen Jackie a few times in like mommy settings, and then I talked with her when I was going through my divorce and everything was happening and how bad it was, and then she just, randomly called me up and she's like, I think you need me this weekend and we're coming down. And that forever changed my life because I was in such a bad place. But somebody that I just, didn't have that 10-year friendship with or that 5-year, but just to come at a time when she just knew that I needed her and forever changed my life. I don't think me and my boys would have been able to go through this divorce if she didn't come down that day. So, it's just those things that just kind of fall into place. It's on something, It's special. And to share personal things. To share the struggles and open up and connect with somebody and then have somebody just come back and relate to you on that level. You know what I mean? Just some of the stuff. I think it's pretty neat. But that's my moment, and I will move on. Sorry.
I agree. I know Brianne was talking about I didn't hear because Kaylin was awake, but you were talking about being within like 30 minutes of another YouTuber. Yeah. But I know we've been like that several times. I've like driven past Molly's exit, and I'm like, my friend, but you don't have time to stop. And then Jackie was like really close by a while back, and so it's like it stinks when you're like right there with meeting them, but then you can't meet up. That's even harder than like knowing you're several hours from your YouTube friends.
And you missed the mighty good Thai food that night too.
I'm definitely going there. I already told my husband. I was like, we have to go check it out. Jackie said it's awesome.
All right. Does anybody else have anything else to put in for that one? No? All right. Does anybody have any questions they want to ask?
I had one.
Okay, go ahead.
This is not YouTube related, but I went and saw some people from high school tonight, and I was thinking, what would you have been nominated for in high school? Like most likely to blank. You're laughing already.
I totally missed that question. Can you repeat it?
Oh, yeah, sorry. What in high school, you know how they do like in the yearbook, like most likely to whatever. What would they fill in the blank for you? So in high school, you were most likely to.
I'm trying to think.
Be the youngest
was.
one to have a kid.
It's a superlative. And yeah, well, you'd already had a kid though, Brittany.
I don't really. I didn't stand out like in high school. I didn't do. I don't know. Like our 10-year reunion was like 2 weeks ago, and I thought about going, but everybody in my class was like rather rude or snobby to me. You know, like they thought that they could be in part of my life just because I had a child and they've already talked about me for years. So, but I don't know. I don't know what I would be voted for, but I wouldn't lie and say that I've wanted to be in the yearbook for something, but I don't know what it would be.
But how awesome was that, though, that you had a kid that young and you still graduated and you still like accomplished all this stuff, though? That you're an awesome mom, though. I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
like,
I can tell you right now that at a young age, I couldn't have had a child. I was too like not immature. You know what I mean? I would have been totally not mature enough to take care of babies. So, like I always say to all the young moms out there who do it, my hat's off to them because it ain't no joke. You know what I mean? It ain't no joke.
Yeah.
Because you got a lot of other things to do besides just raise a baby. You're still growing up yourself, but you also have all the other challenges and struggles I can only imagine that come along with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I could be voted for most succeeded to graduate. I guess I graduated.
Me
I
too.
probably would. Well, I think I'm trying to think what I was nominated for, or looking back now, what I would have been nominated for. I don't know. I'm trying to remember.
Hey, Brittany.
I was nominated
Yes?
for something.
I got a message from Jenny. I think she's trying to join in and it's not working.
Oh,
Okay.
Candid Mommy?
Yeah.
Let me.
Yeah, I think she sent me something too.
I'll be right back. I'm going to go look for something that would go along with this. Hold on.
Right.
She's
I'm
giving
gonna
her
send
yearbook.
her a private message and see. Let's see.
Can you add her to our messages?
Yeah, let me see if I can just invite her right here.
Yeah, I'm trying to check my thing. I don't know if you guys can still see me.
I just sent her an invite.
Okay.
I'll make sure that I sent it to the Jenny and then one with her last name. I'm not sure if
Yeah.
there's another one.
Yeah, she sent me something. What'd she send me?
And then I can private message her the actual link, that I've sent you guys.
Yeah, she's add me here. She sent something. Yeah, there's. I think she's trying. Yeah, I love that picture of those two.
Brittany, you look so serious when you're working.
Oh my God, I don't have a washer, you guys, and I really feel like I'm naked. Like it's one of those things that you don't know how much you love it until it's gone. Like I want my washer.
I'd like mine to be gone for a little bit.
Now I do laundry almost every day. It seems like. Commented on. No worries. Alright, yeah, she's trying to. Sorry.
Ask her if she got the invite through the actual on her thingy.
I want to turn my fireplace on.
Oh my gosh, it's burning up in my house. Do you see how red my cheeks are?
Do you see that I'm in a sweater and now I'm covered up with a Timeless blanket?
Go to Jackie's
Let me
house.
just talk about. I'm so frustrated with YouTube Editor right now. It is not my friend.
This is going to be the most random live chat, but that's why I love it.
Okay,
No,
so
the last couple times I've tried to take my intro and then I put that and then my video with it because I got the music from my intro from YouTube, YouTube Editor, and it's fine. My videos are good with sound for about 24 hours, and then they crap out and my music plays through the whole video. So damn YouTube Editor, you suck. So I had to change it.
Another thing too.
okay, I sent her two invites. One to her, one with her first and last name, and then one with the Candid Mommy. So whichever Google Plus, she should
Yeah,
get
this
that
Google
invite.
Plus came on my, I think, was it my regular account? I don't even know. All right, let's go over Stinky.
I found it easiest to click the link in the Facebook message.
Yeah, me too. It went right to it.
Yeah, and she's not. I can't find her like on my YouTube Facebook. All right, so I'm gonna log into my regular Facebook.
That's how I
right.
logged in. I just logged on through my phone now because now my phone is fixed.
Yeah, me too.
Can you
So I
FaceTime
just
now,
did it through
Molly?
that.
Molly,
Yes.
can you FaceTime now?
Yeah,
Oh my God! Yay! We can see the
I got
boys
it all
now.
fixed.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and send her another message for that. All right, so do y'all want to go ahead and finish that? What would you, the whole high school thing? What would you be voted for? Brianne, what would you be voted for? Or what would you want to be voted for?
No, I'm asking the question. I'm just kidding. I was nominated in high school, but I didn't win. I've always been a loser. No, I'm just kidding. For most likely to say what you think and class clown, and I didn't win either one. So rude.
I can totally see you getting like the the funny class. I wouldn't say class
Yeah,
clown.
I would say I demand a revote. Go back there and tell them to do it all over again.
Do they understand that you find the funny every day now? Like, you should be the class clown.
Oh. That thing
I was
rigged,
actually just really
rigged.
bad. Yeah, it was. I was a horrible kid. I was always in trouble. I was wild. It was bad.
I don't picture that at all. Like, you know,
Really?
like, yeah, I just, yeah, I don't. I think it's weird. That's why you see, like, us how we are now, but it's weird to think back of how, like, I would, if I never knew Jackie, I would never have known that she was a teen mom either, or I didn't really think how old Molly was. I thought Molly was much younger than she says she is. Like, I was like, there's no way she's that old. Come on now, Molly. You're
You
just
call me old,
an older guy.
but I am old. I feel old. I am
Well,
old.
I mean, you're older, but I thought you were like,
Brittany.
yeah, we're like some of the younger ones in the group. Oh, yeah. All right, Jackie, what would you win?
Most likely to get high. I'm just kidding. No, seriously, that was a big drug user in school. But no, yeah, I don't know. I hated school. I really hated school.
I love
most
high school. If I can go
let's
back
say-
to my junior and senior year, that was fun.
Most surprised to graduate. So, yeah, because I went back my junior year as a mother.
And you finished on time?
Yes.
That's awesome.
I got to walk with my class.
Yay.
That's cool. I didn't do that.
That's a great accomplishment.
How many kids, did you guys have in your graduating class?
64.
Whoa, that's not a lot. Or you're just a small town?
This is a small town. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
A lot of the schools around here are probably around 100 to 150, so we're smaller, but there are several other schools that have like between 60 and 75 in their graduating class.
I think I had, like 200.
Yeah. But our county is huge. Like, our school district is massive. Like, I don't know how other school districts are, but we have the school district, like, that my son goes to, the county. It has, 4 high schools or something like that. It's a lot of high schools. They're trying to narrow them down, but the furthest one is, 30, 45 miles away or more, and that's all in one county. So, but we have a lot of kids, and I know we had 200 more kids in our graduating class.
Yeah, I think
we
had
had
120.
Yeah, we had about
was
200 in our graduating class, and I think there was 11 or 12 girls who were either pregnant or had babies.
There's
I think
no
that was
none.
about 150 to 200 maybe. They're a lot larger than our school was.
We only had 2 high schools in my town.
Yeah, we did too. Well, we have 2 in our whole area. The whole districts in the county combined is just 2 high schools. So the other one's much larger. And then I was actually thinking about this the other day compared to cities and stuff. And there's actually some other counties that only have 1 high school. So it's kind of smaller and more spread out.
Yeah.
All right. So I guess anybody have a question? Jackie?
No, but going back to the superlative thing, I was actually going to get my yearbook because I was laughing at the picture because it's the most horrendous picture of myself of like all of high school. It is terrible. But I was voted and nominated like in one like Miss. It's a kind of Miss Congeniality. It's like Miss the name of my high school, which pretty much is just because I was a goody two shoes and that's why. So I was trying to find the picture that I couldn't. It was awful. I had the flu that day. But we had to go and turn in like our main, kind of like our to graduate school project. And I had to turn in my paper. It was due that morning. I had to go. I'd missed like 3 days of school leading up to it. So I went in just like dressed like horrifically. And I had this big like coming into like dressing better during my second half of senior year. Like I changed my hair. I dyed it platinum. I like lost a lot of weight. But the first half was pretty rough. Let me. I can't find it though. Let me see if I can find it. So I looked horrendous. I'm gonna show you guys, and I can't even believe this because like I hide this away so no one can see it. I'm gonna try and block everybody else's face. Like I seriously was so sick. You guys can see me there. It's probably not gonna show up. Hold on. I'm gonna show you everything. Can you see like it's taken from below? Like I'm wearing a frumpy sweatshirt. Like it's like hyped up. I have like. High water pants on. It is awful. I wish I could show it better, but I just look back at it and I'm like, why of all days did they take that picture? And because I was like too nice, I wouldn't say no, let me take it another day. I was just like, okay, I can't even breathe, but I'll go take it. And then when I saw it in the yearbook, I was like, what the hell was I thinking? Because that's going to be there forever. Like that's how people are going to remember the yearbook photo of me.
We used to have the ones where you used to take the black, like the black shirt, you know what I mean? I used to like all the girls had it, and they kind of like dip down. You could like hold the rose or whatever and turn your head, and
yeah,
I had to pose all nice and pretty. Thinking because I kind of like would look a certain way for my parents, but yet there I was, the one that had the keg in the back of her car at school, you know. So I kind of had to come off a certain way, and I thought I was like hiding it from my parents. Here's me prim and proper and very preppy in my little picture. And my dad was like, what is that? I'm like, that's my senior picture. He goes, that doesn't even represent you. And I was like, well, it looks nice and pretty. Then I had like the keg downstairs in my parents' like, you know, basement with the party going on.
See, I didn't drink. I was, like I said, I was a goody two shoes. We had those pictures too, like the formal pictures, but that was just our superlative pictures. I only have my yearbook. Like I don't hold on to this 10 years later. But
I don't know where my yearbook is.
I just moved just a bunch of stuff around, so I found like all my yearbooks, even back to like kindergarten. So my kids have loved looking through them this week.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, Tyler asked for a yearbook this year. I said, you're only in 2nd grade. I'm not getting you a yearbook. Come back to me in 5th grade. I know. So some girl can sign it? I don't think so.
I got a yearbook every single year, and I think I still have them.
I'm missing several elementary years that I was looking through, so I don't know if they're at my parents' house or they just got lost. But now as a parent, I'm like, my parents are like spoiling me by spending that money because there's no way I would buy like 3 elementary school yearbooks.
Tyler will get one in 5th grade when he graduates.
Oh, the high school ones are expensive though. I mean, they are here, and they're like $60 or something like that. Yeah, it's crazy. Well, Kimmy's here, so I'll let Kimmy introduce herself and her channel. And we're just answering random questions, and the question we just answered was from Brianne, and she was saying if you were in high school, or you can go back to high school, if you were going to be voted to be like, you know, in the yearbook when they vote you like most popular or whatever, what would you be voted for, or make up something awesome?
Oh my gosh.
I know Kimmy's like, just hit me with the big one. I gotta think.
Can you hear me? Did I unmute it? Okay. Oh my gosh. I don't know. I was a cheerleader in high school, so I was one of those girls. But I don't know. I have no idea what they would put me under. Like honestly, I was goofy and Like seriously, like what you see now is what I was in high school. Like I was, but louder because now I have no more energy. But I don't know. I honestly don't know what they would like a superlative. Is that what you guys talking about? Oh, I don't
Yeah.
know. I have no idea. You should ask my mother that question. I don't know. I did hear that they suggested my name for like nicest eyes, but yeah, I don't know. I really don't know how to answer that question. You know.
Oh, high school, the good old days.
I think it's fun looking back to like what other people would vote you as versus like what my really close group of friends would have probably voted me as, because I definitely was not quiet and all that around them. But then the rest of the class was like, oh, Leah, she's so quiet and nice and innocent. And I'm like, I'm loud pretty much.
Yeah, I was really obnoxious. Like, if I had to go back in time, I'd probably be like, tone it down. Like, you're annoying. So I'd probably go back and tell myself, like, yeah, I don't know. Those years were just not fun, you know. They were great. Yeah, they were great. They were a lot of fun, but at the same time, they were.
Pray
I
that
have
your
my
children
reunion
don't
coming
do
up
what you
next
did to your
summer,
parents.
so I'm excited to go back there and see everybody. Because pretty much everybody who lived in that town has stayed in that town. Very few of us have moved on. Very few.
That's like back home for me. A lot of them are still there, and I'm still friends with a lot of the group that I was in, and we try to stay tight. We have a group on Facebook, so we're always, or we mass text, but when we do that, the phone just beeps and beeps and beeps and beeps, so we just do it on Facebook, and it's funny because they'll do like, oh, Auburn sighting saw so-and-so eating at so-and-so, and, you know, so it's funny just to hear, like, still seeing people that, you know, but some people have moved away, but the majority of the people are still doing the same thing and living in the exact same town, so.
Yeah.
I was just reading some of the questions in the Q&A. Oh dear. Yeah, this is what happens when it's live for everybody in the world to see, because someone said, I don't even want to repeat this.
It can't be as bad as what someone wrote on Jackie's the other day on one of my comments. I don't know if you saw this as I deleted it really quickly. I'll have to tell you off air.
No, this person says, do you like sex? I was like, so if you just saw a...
Is it a general question?
I don't...
No.
I don't even know.
Children, so that my answer is... I know I've liked it 4 times.
Great. 3. That's it.
How do you respond?
We used to say that my parents they only did it 4 times. So we gave them one for their honeymoon, and there was one for each of us kids, and that was it. Now that I'm married, I'm like, whatever. I don't even want to know what was going on in that household.
Compared to what you do in your household, it's like, my parents never did that.
Right.
Okay, so going back into childhood memories, what is the worst thing that you've done, like, I guess, you know, maybe to upset your parents and that you hope and pray your children don't do to you?
We don't.
Anybody want to go? Go ahead, Kimmy.
Wait, what was the question again?
We're going to go back into your childhood. So if you could, or tell us something that you've done, like, in your childhood that was, like, relatively bad, that you kind of hope and pray that your parent, or you don't have to go through that as a parent.
I'm pleading the 5th.
Okay, I'll go. When I got pregnant at 13, so I was younger than 13. Me and my friend Kim, we were smoking my mom's cigarettes in my bedroom out the window, and we were on the 2nd floor, and right below our bedroom was all the wood that we kept. I heard my mom coming up the stairs, and we threw them out the window and almost caught the wood pile on fire. And our neighbor, I didn't know that we did this, and our neighbor come over and told my mom that the wood was on fire beside our house. Yeah, and I've actually almost caught our house on fire a couple times. I an oven mitt on fire, and we took it out to the sandbox and tried to hide it. And then I had a candle melting. Oh my gosh, I hope my kids are not this bad. I had a candle melting in a plastic cup on my dresser, and the candle melted the plastic cup, and it caught my dresser on fire. Yeah, and we
You
tried
like
to
have
hide it.
fire issues, Brittany. You have fire issues.
What is it called? A
Flames,
power
yeah,
maniac?
you need the non-flammable candles.
Mommy.
What did I do? Well, I was a little bit older. I just got my parents busy. They had to stay on their toes with me. They got mad. I locked everybody outside the house a few times. But of course, I was wearing my Wonder Woman underoos, so I was like invincible. Like, one time I drove my car through the garage door by accident, and my dad was pissed about that. So I don't know. I just hope my boys don't do reckless things like I do. At least plan them out a little bit better. A lot of my stuff was good in theory. Just when I would go and do it, it never really ended well.
All right, who's next?
I took my brother's car. Hold on. Hey, Jonah, go to bed. Someone go. I'll be right with you.
All right, who's gonna tell on themselves?
I'll go if you want me to.
Yeah, go ahead. We know Jackie's a badass. Oh, please.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna actually go like way back to when I was like Nicholas's age, which is like 5, because we were just sitting up at my grandmother's yesterday talking about, kids being bad because Joey is so bad right now. But my Uncle Max said, "Who was the one that took the pin and poked holes in your Oma's new leather sofa?" Yeah, I took an ink pen and poked holes in the arm of the sofa. I took an ink pen and wrote on the back of one of the recliners, her new recliner. And I also took rotten apples and painted a scene on the freshly painted shed that my grandfather had just done. What else have I done?
And you wonder why Joey is the way he is.
Payback's heck, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. The pen, the ink pen in the arm of the leather sofa, I think was the worst because she had only had it for like 3 days. So yeah, that was pretty bad.
I didn't do this, but it's a similar story to that. I'm telling my sister here, but my parents bought a van and was like, couldn't have been like a week or 2 old. We went on vacation. And on the way back from vacation, we were supposed to stop and do something fun, like on the way back from the beach. And so my youngest sister, now come to find out, someone had written on the van, like the back seat of the van, like on the like arm area, the armrest, and like just really deep squiggles, kind of the same thing with a deep pin. My parents couldn't get out of the leather. And so they were like grilling us. And I'm like, it wasn't me. I was in the front the whole time. So my middle sister, Tiffany, takes the blame for it, like gets in trouble. Like, I'm like, I don't like you. You ruined our vacation. Like, the whole 9 yards is terrible. And then, like, a day or so later, my youngest sister, like, she confesses and says it was her the whole time. So we're like, why did Tiffany confess the whole time? She was like, well, I just wanted to get sympathy once you guys figured out it wasn't me because Mom and Dad have punished me and you've been so mean to me. And then I knew I would get sympathy for a few days. I'm like, that girl's crazy a little bit.
All right, Kimmy, let's hear it.
Sorry, we're having a late night. I was just gonna tell the story. And Jonah's sitting there having his nighttime snack. I'm like, oh. Okay, he's downstairs. I remember taking my brother's car when I was 15, and I don't know where my parents were. And I took it, and I picked up my friend, and we drove around town. And like, now as an adult, I could think of like 20 different things that's wrong with that scenario, and so that was really stupid. oh gosh, I'm just thankful that Callie's nothing like me. She is her father, and I'm very thankful for that. But so right now I have it really, really good with her. But I don't know. I've done a lot of stupid things. But yeah, I think mainly I always go back to that incident with the car. Like, what would happen if I got pulled over or, got hit or that's pretty stupid. So,
Yeah, I think most of mine, and probably most of teenagers, unless you were doing like really illegal stuff, was just stupid decisions that seemed like so much fun then. Like you were talking about that. Like I know a friend had a manual a Volkswagen, and it was like a car. And so we would go down this dirt road. It had like a really steep hill on it, and it was like kind of a main road. Like at the time, it wasn't paved, and it had a really big curve in it as it was going up the hill. So we would go and like hauling it through there, and we'd get so far up, and she would hit the emergency brake, and we would slide all over. And it was so much fun. Like the first 5 times we did it, it was like this wild ride you would see like on the movies, until like the 6th or 7th time, and we were like hanging on the side of the cliff, and we were like, in that moment, you realize like we could have just killed ourselves. So, you know what I mean? Like, so I'm praying that like my kids don't do that, because it was such. It doesn't seem innocent, but like truly, we didn't realize that it would have gotten like that close to the edge, and like we could have been killed. But now it's like looking back, I hear of kids doing those same things, and I'm like, what a dumb decision. Like, but I did the same thing. Like, it was just something that in an instant could have like killed us, but at the time it was so much fun.
That's what scares me the most, is like so much of this is you look back, like I did crazy things. Like, I mean, we used to do a bunch of like nutty stuff with like our cars and just things like we thought were fun at the time, but realizing like, oh my goodness, like my friend, she had a car, she didn't have her license yet, and I would drive her car. Well, I mean, what happened if like anything ever happened? She would be like, oh, you have your license, you drive. I thought that was so innocent to do. But her parents like never knew. I could get in trouble. That wasn't I didn't have any legal right to be driving that car. Just like things that we thought were fun at the time, and we enjoyed it. But looking back, it's like that could have gotten us in so much trouble just for being stupid and making a really like dumb decision. That's what scares me, I think, the most, is like when I have boys, they're gonna do stuff and they're gonna try things, and they're gonna I think my biggest fear is that no matter what, I always want my kids to know they can come to me. Like I would never want my child to think they couldn't come to me. Like my dad, I remember when I was like 16, my dad sat me down and he goes, everything you're gonna do, everything you've done already, everything you're gonna think about doing. He's like, I've done it. He's like, and I've done it a lot. He said, but always know that you can come to me. And by all means, Molly, please don't ever get in the car with somebody who's been drinking. He's like, just don't ever do that. He lost a friend like that, when he was younger. He's like, just don't ever do that. And I remember, and I did, like I'd be at a party, 16, 17, a little bit, had some drinks in me, and I'd call on my dad and say, can you come get me and my friends? So-and-so's been drinking and they're driving. My dad picked me up, never talked about it. You know what I mean? Like, he kept to his word, I guess, is the best thing. And I don't know. I just think that's the most important thing. I want my kids to know they can come to me. That would break my heart if my boys did not come to me with something.
Right. I think the worst fear is that one of my kids will get pregnant at a young age. I don't want to be a grandmother at 35.
No.
Or actually, I mean, I could be a grandmother any day, really, if he got pregnant when I did. So being a grandmother under 30 would be kind of crazy. All right, Brienne, tell us some naughty things that you did as a kid.
Yay! I don't even know where to start. Oh my gosh.
No, just don't do that.
Okay,
you can do that.
Oh, there it is.
No, these are so
Jenny.
Jenny.
Can you guys see us?
Yes,
Yeah.
we can see you.
Yay!
We're talking about horrible things we did as kids and what our fear is that our kids will do the same thing we did.
I hate to say that I'm with kids right now. Oh. Okay, and they're really loud.
Yeah, see, I can't go now.
I can't. It's so quiet, too. I might have to put my headset in. We're organizing the playroom. Who's jealous?
Oh, I'm not. I'm not jealous.
Frankie is messing up the playroom.
Yes, he is. He's like a tornado.
Organization has to start somewhere.
What?
I said organization has to start somewhere. It starts with chaos usually. So.
Oh, it's worse before it's better. Like, this is the only better we've got going on right now.
Well, see, I don't feel half as bad.
Here
Noah's bedroom looks
and
like a bomb went off.
Here. We're weeding stuff out for Christmas.
Ow, man.
And I'm going to go get my headset so I can actually talk to you guys without them.
Oh, dear, Brienne, what do you have? A puppet?
Well, she's free now, Brienne, so go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so I snuck out all the time for sure. That was my thing. How my parents didn't really realize that, I'm not really sure. Let's see. I tried smoking when I was 12, which is the age of my son now, so that's bad. I took a car before I was 16 for sure. I don't know. I was into all sorts of shenanigans. And my dad was really strict, which is the weird thing, but they were only strict about certain things. And one time I was back out in the woods with this boy, and it was right behind my house. And my dad was like looking with binoculars out the back at me and my boyfriend. And like we were trying to decide if we wanted to kiss. And this is like, I don't know. I was in elementary school maybe. So it was like kiss on the cheek or something, like the time where it takes like a half an hour to maybe, But I remember my dad came out there. He did kiss me on the cheek, and then my dad came out there and gave me a spanking in front of my boyfriend. And I went running home. It was horrible. So, yeah. That's all.
I would die.
Yeah,
right there. I would be like, nope, that's it. Nope, I'm done.
I know.
Melted.
Well, Jackie, we might not had been teen moms if our parents had done that. So.
Yeah, true.
No, I could have been a teen mom. I was just lucky.
I know, that's what I always said about, like, all the girls in high school that had said stuff about me. I was like, I'm not the only one that's doing this. I was just the lucky one that got caught. Like, I'm the one that got pregnant. And then once I did, everybody else made sure that they were in check and didn't get pregnant. So, but let's see. Anybody have a question they want to share?
I was going to say it's funny because everything that everyone shared, like, I think that's normal teenage behavior, though. Like, every single story that you guys have shared has happened, like, one of my close friends or, like, one of my sister's friends. So it seems like there's just that, like, continuous trend of teenage stupidity.
You got to share the puppet. What's his name? You muted us, or yourself.
And that's all I'm going to do about that.
What's the puppet's name?
I have no idea what
My mom used to do. We used to do the puppets in our church.
it's Frank.
You
They're
should do
so
like
creepy.
Oh yeah, they are. I remember you posted the picture on Instagram or something, and he was like sitting on your couch. Like I noticed it. I was like, what the heck is that? And then I realized, I was like, oh, okay, that's a puppet. That could be very scary. Seeing
Well,
this scary
Charlotte
dude.
just did a video. Charlotte just did a video with him, and it's freaking hilarious. So wait for that. We're weird.
I think we're all weird. We're all YouTubers. We talk to ourselves in cameras. That's as weird as you can get, right? I often tell myself, I'm like, how is this just, it has to be weird. Like when you tell someone, what do you do? Oh, I make YouTube videos. They're like, what? I'm like,
Well,
it's okay.
my mom walked in the other day, and I had the camera like up on the tripod and 2 laptops set up and the iPad. And she's like, what are you doing in here? I said, just be thankful it's not in the bedroom.
I was going to say the same thing whenever Brittany was trying to tell one of your friends, and it wasn't your husband who was like, hey, Brittany, it's on video or something like that, and so she was thinking, like, bedroom stuff.
Okay, so that prompts another question. So who was the first person besides like your spouse that you told that you were making YouTube videos? Like usually just as soon as you make one, did you broadcast it to like Facebook and be like, I make videos? Or like who was the first person that you told, or has anybody found your videos without telling people yet?
I told nobody. I still kind of don't tell anyone. So I've been doing it, what, 2 years? And my friend Hope found me. She just lives a street over. I don't know. She was on YouTube looking up something, and she found me. And of course, she's looking through the videos, and she sees I have a confession. So of course, I would click on that video, But it was just the video where I talked about how I'm like afraid of the Walking Dead. And so that's where she learned, like, ha ha ha, Kimmy has a secret. And so when I found out that she knew, like, literally I was like, like what's happening? Like, and yeah, but I don't. Oh, I did tell my Heidi, my friend Heidi. I told them last fall, and it was like, I don't know how. Do you guys like? How do you guys react to it? I'm like, yeah, I like. Secrets out,
I would say it's awkward for me. Like, I remember, I can't remember if I told Jackie first or my friend Michelle, but I didn't tell my friend Michelle first. Matthew did, and I was on the phone with her, and I was saying something about YouTube, and Matthew was yelling in the background while I was on the phone. He was like, she's making porn. I was like, shut up. No, I'm not. He was like, she's making porn videos. I'm like, Michelle's like, Brittany, what is he talking about? What are you doing? I was like, I'm not making porn, I swear. And she was like, and he kept saying it over and over. I was like, oh my God. I was like, she's like never going to talk to me ever again. But that was like the first person, I think she was the first person, I didn't really say it. My husband like outed me telling everybody I made porn. And I did. I don't. For this person that was commenting nasty stuff over here. But so, all right, who's next?
That was the story I was remembering earlier. I couldn't remember the details. I remember that Matthew was saying you were making porn or something. I think probably my sister, maybe, because of Day in the Life or something. I probably told her. And I've told like several people just like in conversation when they talk about YouTube, and I'll say something about like cloth diapering or something like that, but I never make like a big deal about it usually. And so like several family members know, but they have no idea like what that part of YouTube is. They're like, oh, okay, videos on YouTube, like that's the extent of it. They expect it to be kind of like the viral funny videos, so they don't understand that it's like a bunch of topics and continual like kind of interaction like blogs. But I think that a friend found me, that a couple of people in my community have found me that know me from different things, kind of like that, seeing videos pop up, or another friend actually found out I was pregnant before I even announced it to like anyone but my husband and my best friend, because I was watching I think it's like Kimmy Dodge, I think is her YouTube name, the Dodge family or something like that. And I was pregnant, and then she got pregnant. I had Ezra, and then she got pregnant with her daughter. And then it was like she was having her daughter, I got pregnant with Caitlin. And so I made a comment on her video saying, oh, it's so funny that we kind of like rotating pregnancies, ha ha ha. And she commented back. Well, a friend was watching her video and saw the name and saw Ezra's name in it and kind of put two and two together and clicked on it and found my channel. So a few people have found it through comments like that.
All right. Who's next?
Mine isn't a secret. It's always just been out there, so everyone knows about it.
You let your skeletons out early.
I'm like, well, I only have like 17 things to hide anyway, so.
I mean, I've been doing it since 2009, and I literally, like, this year was the first time I posted something about it on my regular Facebook. And I think Leah and I both had done it. I think it was when, I can't remember, it was like one of those YouTube videos. I think it was the Shay Carl's video trailer or something, and I had shared it. And that was like the first time I posted a thing on my regular Facebook, and I got like 0 response. Like, I don't think anybody understood anything. I think Devin from Devin and Erica responded, but he's a YouTuber, so everybody else was like, whatever. So I don't think I don't think they understand. I think they probably just think we're posting a bunch of cats running around doing stupid stuff.
I I really don't tell. Well, let me think here. I don't really tell anybody about it. I told a good friend of mine just because she was with me and I was filming, and she was like, "Oh, I'll have to go check it out." But I also don't hide it. Like my Instagram account, it's for everything: family, friends, vlogging, and people comment on like, "Oh, I love your videos. I love your vlogs." So if I have like friends in the real world paying attention, they can kind of find it. Like I don't hide it. I just don't advertise it either. But there was a mom that lived down the road, that lives down the road here, and when I was doing my Fuzzy Buns giveaway for the autism diaper, she commented on my Instagram and then commented on my video, and she would say, "Oh yeah, I see you at the pool all the time on like YouTube," and I'm thinking, who is this person? Like, what do you mean you see me at the pool? Like, now I know who she is, and she actually I know of her before this, so it was fine. But that kind of freaked me out a little bit because at first I was like, who is this person? Like, what do you mean you know me? Like, now I know her. Once I knew that I already had known her before this, I was like, oh, okay. I mean, but I never told her, don't tell any of the other moms, or this is, I don't, if you find it, you find it. If you don't, you don't. I just, there's no big secret that I'm hiding on here. But at the same time, I would probably honestly prefer that not every single person I know knows about it either, because I feel like it's just something separate, not in a bad way or anything, just separate. But if they come across it, there's no big secret to be told. My life ain't that interesting, I can assure y'all.
Jenny, when did you out yourself? Did you always have yours public?
Mom,
Hold on. Okay, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I'm on my headset, and I've got glitter on my face. It's not food. We're, like I said, we're cleaning. It's a mess. I can see it's like right here. And my kids are still awake because I'm not on your guys' side of the country, so it's not like late here. But actually,
it's 11
I don't.
o'clock, and my son is still awake.
That makes me feel a little better. No, I honestly don't know. It's probably almost 8 then. So, or obviously, I'm losing my mind. Will you turn the vacuum off? I'm sorry. Red button. Red button. Push it hard, quick. Okay, so I actually don't share with anybody that I know that I do YouTube. So it's like it's a secret, but people find me all the time. Can you guys hear me? Nod, somebody?
Yeah,
okay, thank you. Okay. So yeah, no, actually I have a really embarrassing story to say. So the other day I walk into the bank and let's see what I'm dealing with here. I walk into the bank and as soon as I get up to the teller, I needed to get a cashier's check, and as soon as I get up to tell her, she tells me, "I know you, you're Candid Mommy," and instantly beat red. I wanted to say I forgot my check and leave. It was the most embarrassing to have somebody have access that I don't know, but they know me, to all of my financial everything was very, very, very weird. It was very weird. But
yeah, that would be uncomfortable.
Oh, it was. It was. I know, and I'm always beat red every time somebody recognizes me. And whenever somebody, that I know personally does, and they say, oh, Drake, that they saw my videos or something like that, I don't like it. I don't like people to know. I don't know. I've never once just voluntarily told somebody, ever.
I mean, it's hard to integrate it into, a conversation. Like, oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, by the way. Yeah, no,
yeah, when you're talking, what's your hobbies? It's my hobby is YouTube. I used to scrapbooking. Yeah. It took too long, and now YouTube is much easier.
Me too. Me too. No, I don't know what it is. I don't know. I just don't like people to know, so I don't tell people. I know I'm talking. Okay, here, you want one? So, yeah, no, I've never actually, voluntarily told anybody. But, I mean, I've had, friends, people who watch me find my friends or find me through, my friends' Facebook page friends, my local friends, and then they contact them and ask for information about me that way, which has been weird, too, but I don't like it.
Someone find my other, because I have 2 Facebook pages, and I found someone that on my personal page, they messaged me, they're like, why do you have 2 Facebook pages? I'm like, I don't know, I just somehow had one. I'm just like, whatever. But that was before I kind of came out of the closet. Jackie, who was the first person you told?
Other than Mike, it will have to be my sister.
Yeah, but pretty much my entire family knows I do YouTube. Anybody I meet, I'm not ashamed, or I wouldn't say ashamed or embarrassed, but it's getting less uncomfortable for me to tell them I do YouTube videos, especially like when we go to the campground. You know, you're walking through the campground and you're holding a camera towards yourself. It's like, okay, how long is she going to be taking this selfie? You know what I mean? So, but no, and then you're like talking to the camera, and then Mike, of course, is all about the whole, oh, she does YouTube videos. You should go check them out. She does this and this and this and this. And I'm like, oh my God, just chill out, okay? You don't have to tell. And at first, it was really, really awkward. I was like, oh my God, do not tell anybody about my videos. And but no, now it's just like, psh, whatever. Yeah, I do YouTube videos. Go check me out. Make sure you click the ad. I'm just kidding. But no, I love it.
Brianne, who did you tell first besides your family or spouse?
I've always just told, it's just always been bleh. So I actually started doing it like as an experiment to find, you know, just funny stuff in our day and turn my camera on at noon. And then I didn't do it for like, I don't know. I started it for a couple months. I didn't really get into it. And then like about a year later, when I got pregnant with Betsy, is when I started doing it. And I did it like every day for like 3 months. And then we just kind of, wasn't even expecting to have a channel. And it just kind of like evolved from like just, you know, this experiment into like, oh, people actually watch this. And then it just went from there. So
did any of you guys start YouTube like because you watched YouTube videos? Like I started watching when I was pregnant with Noah. I was Googling or just YouTubing like what the week pregnant I was. Like if I was like 26 weeks, 3 days, I would type that in the search bar. And it was Jenny, Canada Mommy, and then Lacey, Family of 3 Now, were like the first 2 people I ever watched. And then I was like, holy crap, there's tons of these people that do this. And then I slowly started doing it, and then those videos are just embarrassing. But did y'all start because of people that you watched?
I did. Do you remember when they used to have video responses? I started doing that. Like I even did one for Jenny like 2 years ago. I did a video response on your channel. It was like a picnic or something. And you were like, show me your picnic, or I don't know. It's dumb.
I love video responses though, because I think it was like a better interaction, because I think that's how my first channel I ever found was the cloth diaper channel. So that's where I kind of, from that, started finding individual vloggers and figuring out like it was an actual thing where people were sharing their lives on there, and like more than just like toddler updates and cloth diaper reviews and stuff like that. But I think the first video I ever posted was a video response to Marie, because she showed like all of her favorite toddler books, and then I went and got a few of those for Asley because it was people I had not heard of, and we go to the library a lot, but it was like just authors we just not popular here. So I did a video response kind of talking about my favorite ones out of the ones that she did, and it was a fun way to have that interaction with people that might not notice them in the comments, but since they're doing a video, then you actually can watch it and kind of get a little bit of their personality and stuff. So I missed that. Wish it was more easily available to do that.
I just started finding information about cloth diapers, and I think one of the first few videos was Jenny Cannon Mommy, and then I found like cloth diaper channel, then I found some other moms, and then I looked more into their videos outside of just cloth diapers, and I found like day in the lives and reviews on like kids products, and I saw, wow, because I didn't even know how big YouTube was. Like I really just thought it was a place to post funny pictures of a cat or something, you know. I never knew like how huge it is. Like I'm even now that I'm trying to organize my planner, there's a whole other like cult of YouTube people that are like planners with their planners and their file effectors, and they're all, you know, I didn't know how big it was. I'm still to this day surprised how big it is. Like it's like the abyss. It's so big. And then I was like, well, I want to share my life, and I wanted to share like just comparing just the mommyhood of life with all these other moms. And it was just something for me to do that was just solely, I had the control over it, you know what I mean? And I got to choose what I wanted. And I felt like in my personal life, I didn't have that. You know what I mean? So this was like something for me to get involved with that I could find enjoyment in. And it was just fun to get videos of my boys and stuff like that. So and then it just kind of became what it was and came what it is. But yeah, I'm still surprised about how big YouTube is. Like I didn't know it was that big. Heck, I didn't even know you could make money off of videos until well after I even started making them. I was like, you push what button with your videos now? Like you do what? Like I didn't even know. So it's pretty neat.
Yeah, it's fun when I talk to some friends about it and they're like, people do videos about this or that on YouTube, and I'm like, there's a whole nother world on YouTube. Like,
Or tell me post your groceries on YouTube. They're like, what? My husband's like, my 14-year-old, my husband were like, why are you videotaping our groceries? I'm like, everybody watches it. I'm like, I just do it because everybody loves it. I mean, I admit I like watching them. I don't know why, but I love watching them.
I do too. Gosh, go clean something. I'll watch it.
Did you guys see that thing on the Today Show about those new YouTube videos that are real popular about to help people fall asleep? It's like the soft talking, like you are now in a place of calm.
Did you watch My Day in the Life the other day? Derek was making fun of ASMR videos. Did you see
Oh,
that?
it was? Yes.
Oh, Derek totally made fun of it, and I love it. In fact, I fell asleep last night because my anxiety was high because Derek's out of town right now, and every noise I'm like, what was that? What was that? So I couldn't fall asleep. So I put on the Gentle Whisperer. Do you guys know who she is?
Yes.
She's amazing. So I'm just like watching her like rub someone's head and brush her hair, and I was like, I fell asleep. Yeah, they're awesome.
Yeah, I saw it on the Today Show. I was like, oh my goodness, like
Okay, somebody
I didn't even
please
know that.
like send me that link, and I'm going to play it all night long for Joey. Okay, like for real.
Would it help him, or would it annoy him?
Probably
I
not.
think anything would help him. I'm really gonna try the Mama Natural tart cherry juice. I'm gonna try everything except for drugs. I'm almost to that point too. I'm just kidding.
Benadryl, NyQuil.
I can't do that. I cannot give my kid Benadryl. So there's a
we're not
question.
advertising
There's a question.
drugs.
What is your sleep routine for your children? That's a question.
I have to get going, ladies. I got an early morning. I'm taking my neighbor's kids to school in the morning, so
Molly, I will be up at
I've got an early
5:15,
morning,
so I don't want to hear it.
I have
don't
to
wanna
say
hear
good
it.
night to everybody. Good night, everyone. Enjoy your
Say good night.
chat.
Good night.
Have fun. Bye.
Good night.
Bye.
Call me
Bye,
tomorrow,
guys.
Molly.
One kid. Oh, Deacon.
The sleep routine?
Yeah, I don't have one. My 5-year-old's still awake.
Well,
My
That's
kids
11.
suck at sleeping.
Yeah.
That's hot, D.
change them, brush their teeth, say prayers, read a story, and go to bed. And when they get out, I just look at them and I'm like, go to bed. I'm not like, I don't know. I'm very impatient once it gets to bedtime, you guys. Like I want to be done. I actually want to like look at Derek and be like, hi, and so it's like, we've had your time, we've done everything. Like, I guess I'm kind of like super nanny in that way. Like, no, you're done. Like, we've done everything, we're done. And so, yeah. I don't put up with that. I'm like, go to bed, end of discussion. I guess I'm a mean mom. But it's you've had your time, now it's our time. And so
How do you handle waking up in the middle of the night? I am not good at that at all. It's like a total light switch hits me, and when my kids wake up in the middle, I'm like, oh my God, Michael, go get them. It's like this total demon-possessed person is like, and then 6 o'clock, I'm like, okay, I'll get them. But it's like something about the middle of the night when my sleep is broken that I can't take it.
I'm kind of like that, but I'm more like that at 6 in the morning. Like, I'm not, no, I'm mean in the morning, you guys. It's like literally like, I don't know, in the middle of the night, I'm irritable, but I don't know, I somehow can deal with it a little bit more, but I'm the opposite of you. I'm like 6, 7 in the morning, like, oh, not good.
What time do your kids get up?
My kids?
Uh-huh.
9?
9?
Like 7. Like Boston's got to get to the bus stop by 7:45, and sometimes I'm waking him up at like 7:20.
Oh gosh.
Because I'm
Oh,
it's a mental game to wake up in the morning, you guys. I lay there like, okay, you could do this. You could so do this. No, it's so bad. I have to like seriously like mentally prepare for it. It's bad. It's really, really bad.
my son's in middle school, and he leaves. It's still dark out, and like he has to be outside at like 7. So yeah, it's awful.
Zach's bus comes at like 6:56, but I no longer get up. Like he sets his alarm on his phone, and he gets up, and then if he misses the bus, then he comes and wakes me up. But he's only missed the bus once, so and he felt horrible about it. He come in there, he was like, "I am so sorry." I'm like, "It's okay," but I had to like I was in a deep sleep, and he come in there, he was like, I was like, "Okay, we gotta go," and I had to wake everybody up and get everybody in the car, but I don't mind really waking up in the middle of the night. It's like, but I need at least 8 hours of sleep, like, or I am not functioning the next day. Like,
Oh, I never get 8.
oh, I'm like my father. I have to have 8 hours. However it is, combined throughout the day, whatever, I need 8 hours.
I do not remember the last time I got 5, to be honest with you.
Well, I remember because I'm on 5 right now.
My kids don't sleep.
Oh.
I don't sleep. It's horrible. Well, they go to bed, but then they wake up a billion times a night.
That's how my 2 and 3-year-old are. My 7-year-old, she sleeps amazingly well unless she's having like some seizures in the night. Then she'll wake up. But that's how we know that she's having them. It's because she'll wake up like the same times every night. But other than that, she is an amazing sleeper. And then my 2 and 3-year-old, they're up and down all night. Like one gets up and I get her down, and then he wakes up, and it's like that until like 5 a.m. And they're both up before 7, like wide open. So we don't sleep. I don't sleep.
We have to like watch Boston if he gets up to go to the bathroom, because I don't know what it is with his brain and a full bladder. He'll start sleepwalking, like he'll start pacing or doing weird things. So like we have to really watch him and kind of guide him back into his room. And Jonah used to be that way. He's calmed down now, but like we found Jonah one time like sleepwalking on the top bunk of his bed, and he was like marching, and I freaked out because I thought he could march right off the bed. So, but he stopped doing that. But so now we just have to deal with Boston and sleepwalking when he has a full bladder. So it's fun to watch, though. We've tried to videotape it. It's quite funny.
Aslan's been doing that just recently, like just within the last probably month or 2. So I don't know if it's like maybe a new seizure symptom because she has one in her sleep, or if it actually is sleepwalking. Because my husband mentioned like after this happened 3 or 4 nights that he used to sleepwalk really bad when he was younger, and I didn't, so I didn't know. But she'll get up and she just kind of like wanders into the living room. We can be sitting here watching a movie. It's like we're not even here. She'll just kind of look around. She'll go get her water, and then she like we can just like turn her and she'll wander back into her bedroom and lay down. So I'm assuming she's sleepwalking, but that's as far as she's went. Like she'll go get her water and then you just kind of turn her around. She'll go back to bed on her own. So hopefully that's as far as it goes.
Does anybody talk in their sleep?
I do.
Yeah,
I do, and so do my boys.
you got that.
I'm like really scared of some of the things that I might say.
I am very, because some dreams, I'm like, oh God, I shouldn't have dreamed that.
I know.
I'm like, oh, dear Heavenly Father, please forgive me.
You wake up, you're like, Mike, did you sleep good last night?
Or like I'm waiting like to like if Matthew's gonna wake up and like cut the lights on and be like, we're getting a divorce. I'm like, what? What? Like, yeah, it really scares me. So are me and Jackie the only ones that talk in our sleep?
I don't think I do, but the other night, I think it was like a week ago, I scared Derek, and it scared me because was dreaming like one of the kids was falling, so I went to go grab them, and I literally clawed him, and I screamed at the same time, and I've never ever done that, and so I felt so bad, but I used to years ago laugh in my sleep, like something would be hysterical and I couldn't stop, and then when I realized I'm in that realm of like waking up, and then I can't stop laughing because I think it's hilarious that I was laughing in my sleep. So, but yeah, I went through a period where I would just be laughing in my sleep, but I don't do that anymore. Life must be boring.
Have you ever had a dream that is so realistic you wake up crying, like crocodile tears?
And then you can't shake those dreams all day long. I hate those.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh.
I have horrible anxiety, so I don't really I have those dreams like all day long. Like my mind goes from like one thing to the next. Like in our old townhouse, and we had stairs, and I would not let Matthew walk or carry Noah up the stairs when he was a baby because I could see Matthew walking up the stairs, grabbing the hand, like the whatever the thing is called, the railing or whatever, and the railing, the screws would come out, and then he would fall down the stairs, and I was like, no, come back down. I'll take him upstairs. And I do this all day long. Like, ever since I had him, I've had these horrible anxieties. Like, I can see, like, Hannah sitting in the swing right now, and I just feel like she's going to, like, flip out any minute, and I'm, like, stare at her right now. My anxiety is horrendous.
I'm glad you said that because I do that. Like, yeah, like I'll just be daydreaming of a scenario, and like it scares, like my railing in my house that you guys see like every day in a video. I try not to put anything up against it because I'm terrified that one of the kids are going to get on something and look over the railing and just fall down. And that's probably the dream I had. I probably dreamt that because that's like one of my biggest paranoias is just watching one of the kids go over the railing.
I think as a parent, we just do that, like worst case scenario of every situation. Like parking lots are the worst for me. I hate parking lots.
I started watching The Following on Netflix. Oh my God. Like, Matthew was supposed to be working overtime this week, and he came home at 2:30, his normal time, and I'm watching The Following and folding diapers, and this is a very scary, freakish show. And I hear someone opening my door, and I was like, I'm going to die. I'm having to get my children out of the house. Like, I'm, like, panicking. I'm, like, I'm trying to get in full-fledged, like, I can throw my kids out of a window and, trying to figure out how to save my kids. Like, I do this all day long. It's no wonder I'm so tired all the time.
I agree with Jenny, though. I think it is a parent thing because mine has gotten worse, and it's gotten worse as I have more and more kids because I feel like with Asley, we were like 1-on-1, or, if it was my husband and myself, 2 on 1 child. And so now, like, we're outnumbered, especially by myself, which I am most of the time when we're out of the house. So parking lots are horrible. Like, I'll have horrible images of parking lots, like, when I'm going to sleep. But also, too, like, a lot of times I'm, like, dead asleep when my husband leaves for work because I am up and down with the kids. And so then when he gets up, he kind of takes over and I will sleep. And so a lot of times, like, as he's leaving, the kids have kind of settled down and doze back off. And so, like, every so often I will wake up with this, like, horrific fear of, like, he's pulled out of the driveway and one of the kids has gotten out of the house and, like, like, he's ended up hitting them or something like that because it actually has happened, like, in our area one time. And so, like, I have just this gut-wrenching fear of that happening here, like, one of the kids getting out, or if I'm leaving and maybe he doesn't see them in the yard or something like that, which I think is a typical fear of any parent of, like, hitting your kid in any scenario or something. But like you're saying, you can't shake it. Like once you have that image that day, it's like stuck with you for like 2 or 3 days. I just cannot shake it off.
Anybody have anything else to put in? No? Speak now.
I don't talk in my sleep, but if I'm really sleep deprived, like I think Kimmy was talking about that, like that you're asleep, but that you're like waking up type, that little area of sleep. And so my husband will be asking me questions, especially on the weekends when he lets me sleep in. So he'll be asking, like, where's the kid, such and such? And I think that I'm telling him this sentence that makes perfect sense. And instead I have like jumbled up words and I'm telling him things that I'm dreaming about, but then I'm like, oh wait, you asked me a question. You weren't asking me like what roller coaster I wanted to ride at Six Flags. You know what I mean? Like, because that's what I'm dreaming or something. So I end up saying the most random things, but it's only in that like little phase of sleep where I'm waking up but not fully awake.
In that phase, like in the morning, just last week, I thought I got the kids up ready for school. Like, it was that detailed. Like, I swear I was making the sandwiches, and I swear I was like putting things in the backpack. And when I woke up and I sat up, I literally went, ah, dang it. Like, I gotta do it. But yeah.
Now you gotta do it all over again.
I told Derek, I'm like, that was real. That seemed very real to me. And so, yeah, it was a real bummer when it wasn't.
I've woken up and he's asking like the third time, and I'm like, why are you asking that question again? Like, I just told you 3 times the answer to that. And he's like, honey, you were like rambling in some foreign language that no one in the house could understand. Like, no one knows what you said.
And that's what I hope I sound like when I'm talking in my sleep. I'm just rambling. I'm not really saying what's happening.
Guessing things.
Because we know how pregnancy dreams are. Very vivid. Okay, well, we've been going for an hour and a half, so this is going to be a long video. So last time it was 3 hours, and poor Jackie's got to go to work tomorrow. She's like half asleep over there. But so if anybody doesn't have anything else to add, we'll go ahead and just everybody say their channel name, just for the people that have checked in late or whatever. They can say their channel name and where they can find them at. And then we'll sign off and we'll plan another one at someone else's channel. So I'll go ahead and start off. Again, my name is Brittany. Look, I love these little things. Sharing our life. I'm on Facebook, which I got to change my name because Facebook is, making us all change our names to normal names. And I'm on Instagram and YouTube. Leah, you want to go ahead?
I am Leah on YouTube. It's Raising Bushes. Pretty much all social media, I think it's Raising Bushes. And Facebook, if you're watching, my last name is Raising Bushes, so don't mess with my Facebook. But yeah, you can find me on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, what are all those social media stuff that we're all like on too much and too often.
Brianne, you want to go ahead?
Sure. Oh, I'm on. I'm Brianne. Thank you for inviting me, by the way. It was really fun. It's my first hangout. I was listening, and I was also trying to play with Deacon and Drake with the toys, so that's what I was doing. He was, like, shooting me. That's what I was doing. I'm on there, too. I'm always, like, HiNoon or Brianne HiNoon or something like that, so.
I'm sorry for the chaos, you guys. And I just realized that I answered the only question I answered wrong. So maybe one time I won't have the kids for one of these. So, sorry.
We can do like a 3 a.m., so it's normal time bedtime for you.
No, now they're past bedtime, so I was going to have to go lay them down. But I guess I'll just go since I've failed miserably at everything I've done so far tonight here. But I'm Candid Mommy, and it's what am I all on? Instagram, it's Candid Mommy Jenny, and then which is JENI, and Facebook's just Candid Mommy, and those are the only 2 I have because I've never been on Twitter. So yeah, that's all I've got. I'll mute.
All right, Jackie, go ahead.
All right. I am Jackie, and my channel name is JSSmith4273, and I am on Instagram, and my Instagram is Jackie, Jackie, and it's _+3, and it's THREE. And yeah, I don't do the whole Twitter thing. Never understood it. It's too much.
Same here. All right, Kimmy.
I am Kimmy. She's in her apron. I'm on Facebook as Kimmy, she's in her apron. Instagram is she's in her apron. Twitter, I have no idea. I have Twitter, but mostly I just use it. YouTube links my videos. I don't know what to do on Twitter either. It's so confusing. And a Tumblr. I don't know how you're supposed to use that, but I'm on there. I don't know. I'm 37 and apparently don't want to be old, so gotta sign up for these things. But yeah. So my YouTube channel name is Shesinherapron, all one word.
All right, well, thank you very much, ladies, for coming. We had a fabulous time. I hope you guys had a great time. Now we can all go back and watch how crazy these slow-mo webcams made our face look.
And my husband was laughing earlier because he's like, you don't even drink beer, and you talked about jumping into a pool of beer with all these girls you've never met before.
It's the love we have for our YouTube girls.
In pajamas, no.
I was going to mention really quick, for those that were watching earlier, you got Molly, Mama of 3 Boys, and she has Instagram, I think, Facebook, and I don't think she's on Twitter.
I don't think so either. But yeah, so, and if you, we'll figure out who's going to host the next one on the next channel, on someone else's channel, so I'm not always hosting them on mine. But we will catch you guys later, and I hope you ladies have a great night. So thank you guys for coming.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Good night, boys.
Hey, hang on. You guys want to say goodnight? Here.
Good night.
Say goodnight.
Good night.
Good night. Did you hear that? Look at somebody's learning how to spell lots of things. Go ahead, tell them really quick.
S-E-E spells C, and M-Y spells my.
Very good.
It's fun. Jakey, say bye. Hey, really quick, because I want to fix it tomorrow if it looks bad. Does his hair look bad like this? Oh, sit up. Let's turn your hair.
Bye-bye.
I mean, I'm genuinely asking for opinion because my sister said it looked bad. Okay, hold your head still.
No, it looks good. Brittany, you can take us off live if you want to.
All right. Thank you.
If I stop broadcast, will we delete everybody?
No, I don't think so.